Okay, what's up, guys? Now, welcome to a Mossology video. You would think a video like this wouldn't be made. You would think that I would not have to waste my time talking about this topic, but I do. I have to because who else is gonna listen to me? I haven't contacted no like Apple support page. In fact, let me open up Twitter. I know Twitter shouldn't be the place to go to when you're having issues, but it's not all right, Apple support. So I kept like typing up app. And do they respond to a lot of people? Okay, they do. Cool. Cause yeah, I'm currently having Xbox Series X issues. That would be for a separate video. But anyways, yeah, go check out my gaming channel. I got some Xbox Series X videos up. Me just playing video games and stuff. But my last Xbox Series, well, actually, last video I recorded was a Watchdog Legion's video, but no, it was I did a rant on the Xbox Series X, I'm gonna talk about it in a much more calmer fashion and stuff. But no, so today what I wanted to talk on was the iPhone 11. Now I don't know if this is an issue with the iPhone 12, and maybe this is just Apple's way of saying, hey, your iPhone is old. You have to go out and get you a new one, which is stupid because I'm like, look, I don't, and that was something that I had thought of last night when I was doing the Xbox Series X rant. Is that I had my Xbox One for years, the OG Xbox One, like the very first Xbox One for years. I think I might have gotten it like a year after it came out, but after it had like came out and things after I got the like the OG Xbox One, the Xbox One Slim came out, the Xbox One X came out. What else? And I would imagine that they were testing out the Xbox Series X, so it was kind of somewhat out. It was in production, but whatever the reason is, I was not having like issues with my Xbox One just because of all of these new Xboxes and whatever was coming out afterwards. And they very well could have did that. Waited a year, and then I had to go out, get me another Xbox One, another Xbox One, another. But no, they didn't do that. They waited until the new console came out, and then that's when they're like, hey, just let you know, new console is out, meaning graphics is gonna be better, gameplay is gonna be better. Then we're gonna stop production for this. So you would think it would work like that. Like, okay, when I'm ready to go out and get me the new Xbox or the new iPhone, then I will. But the fact that you're forcing people to go out and get a new iPhone by slowing down the phone that they already have, like, that's not cool. That's not cool, Apple. And I'm like, and that's something that I've noticed for years because I've had iPhones ever since I was in high school. I had the iPhone 4, the iPhone 5C, the 6, and then now the 11. And I'm like, bruh, I don't understand. So the issue that I'm having now is that I don't get notifications for when people send me text messages. Now I was always getting notifications prior before, but for some odd reason now, like starting yesterday, for some odd reason, I wasn't getting notifications when I was getting text messages. And it was confusing me because I was like, how is that even possible? Like, the message came through, it's on the screen. I am looking at this new message, but it's not sending me a notification for when I get the new message. So pretty much, so for an example, you text your friend, they text you back, nothing pops up. This is pretty much what it's doing, a black screen. And it's not up until you open your phone up, you click on messages or whatever, and then that's when you see that they sent you a new message. It happened to one of my friends and my dad, and I'm like, these are people that I text on the regular. So it's kind of messed up where I'm like, they're not texting me. What's going on? No, I'm not texting them because my phone decides, oh, I'm just gonna act simple on you. I just, man, that's the type of stuff that makes you just not want to go out and get you another iPhone. Like I think the next phone I'm probably gonna get, because I've already had a Samsung Galaxy that wasn't good. To tell you guys that issue, that or the issues I was having with that phone. So the number one thing that I do with phones is listen to music. I'm always listening to music. So pretty much, how can I explain this? Because it sounds so weird when I explain it. So pretty much, when I would be listening to music, and it would be perfectly fine. Like, I just didn't understand, like, when I would be listening to music, the music would just stop playing. And I'm like, what's going on? So pretty much I would have to press the home button, and then that's when the music would start playing again. And it kept doing that and doing that and doing that. So then there was at times where I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna touch it. And then eventually it would come back on. But then there would be, did it seem like the final few days of me having that, because it was the Galaxy S8. And I remember, yeah, because the Galaxy S9 had got, so I got the Galaxy S8 like on a Saturday. Next day, they were announcing the Galaxy S9. So Galaxies might be doing the same thing with their phones. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that was dumb. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why? How does something like that even happen? Like, somebody please explain that to me. How does that happen? So then, yeah, that's when I went out, got me another iPhone. I'm like, okay, all I'm just gonna have to worry about is the phone just being slow. I'm okay with that, you know. Then I'll just go out and get me another phone. But then the issues with this iPhone, I'm like, this text message thing, that probably had to been, that's worse than the iPhone acting slow. I would rather have the iPhone acting slow than for a message to not come through. Like, that just, I don't understand that. So I looked up online, and there's other people that's having that same issue. And I'm like, you would think that Apple would pay attention to that stuff and they would like look into it and fix it. You guys will come out with updates for all this other stuff that nobody's not even worried about. But when it's something like important like this, no updates, nothing. And I'm like, that's, to me, I kind of find that dumb, stupid. Like, it's some ignorant stuff. I've never heard of that before, where a message will go through but it won't pop up. Then what's the reason? Like, I would rather for the message to not go through. Then I've always had issues with this iPhone, because there is at times where I couldn't send photos to people. So it would be a friend of mine, they'd be all like, I'll go and say like, oh, I got me some new shoes or something. And they'd be like, oh, send me a picture. Send them a picture. Oh, message failed. Try sending it again. Message failed. Sending it. Message failed. Like, it just kept failing, and then it would eventually go through. Then I get a text message from my friend back saying, I seen the photo, stop sending it to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I only sent it once. And then they would send me like a photo of just all of these like 8 to 10 photos of just the same shoe over and over again. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why I gave up on that, and was just all like, if any of my friends, they want to see me, like, or if I say, oh, I got something, they're like, oh, send me a picture, I like, oh, I'll post it on social media, so it'll be a lot easier. I'm like, this is just dumb to think like that's a thing, like that happens. I'm like, yeah, I think it's best, like, iPhone, you guys just need to go out of business for a while, and then come back when you guys create yourselves a better phone, because currently, right now, you guys don't got good phones. I was like, I thought about getting the iPhone 12, but I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on that. I think I'm gonna hold off on iPhones for a while, up until they say, up until I, this would be the only way I would go back to a phone that I had that, had gave me issues. Because the Galaxy S8, it was a cool phone, I'll admit. This iPhone 11, it was a okay phone, but the only way I will honestly go back to these companies is if they like Google, Samsung. So the only way I would go back to an Apple product is if like Google, Samsung, or other companies come out and say, yes, this product is better than our product. Knowing that will never happen. So I really see the iPhone 11 being the last iPhone that I ever purchased, because I'm like, yo, it's just dumb. And I'm like, and I don't really hear too many issues with the Google Pixel, but I will look it up and see. But yeah, I'm like, this, to me, I'm like, it's kind of dumb how there's just all these like phone issues. I'm like, you guys want people to buy your products, right? I'm like, having issues like that and then people being public about it, that's not going to want people to continue buying your product. That's not even going to want newcomers to buy your guys' product. So my thing is, fix these issues so people won't have to make videos like this. I'm just saying, like, you would think that would be something that, because I'm like, yo, if I had a cell phone company, I would like, okay, any issues that y'all see, like, check forums, check YouTube, check Twitter, Facebook, wherever, okay? We're going to seriously be like the FBI, and we're going to be a phone service company at the same time. Any issue that you see people talk about, put it in the I'm going to like have like a little recommendation box. Put it in the recommendation box. We're going to send it to the team that comes out with all the updates. I'm like, okay, this is what you guys need to focus on. So I'm like, at the, then that's probably, you know what, when you think about it, that's probably what keeps these guys, like, having a job is, they probably do have like a team that just focuses on the updates and stuff. And they're all like, oh, well then let's just mess this up and things so we can have a job to come back to. Because it's like, imagine if they had a perfect iPhone, an iPhone with no issues. Apple, yeah, it's like, you mean they would be in business, but at the same time there'll probably be a lot of people that would just be getting laid off and not working, because it's like, oh well, there's no issues, there's no problems, there's nothing, it's the best phone ever pretty much. So they wouldn't do that. Yeah, they can't come out with a phone like that because Apple needs money. So anyways, yeah, I will, I guess, talk to you guys later. This Apple rant is officially over. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what issues you've had with your iPhones, and yeah, hopefully somebody, did y'all hear that? My jaw popped. That was weird. But anyways, yeah, hopefully Apple will probably see this video, or a bunch of people would just leave comments below like the issues you've had, and then yeah, hopefully somebody from Apple sees this, sees the comments, and be like, oh, okay, so we have issues. Like, it shouldn't take some random YouTuber across the world like to tell you guys that, but sadly it does. But anyways, yeah, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and peace.